Welcome to Envisioned Broadcasting Radio, EB Radio. EB Radio. Your station for empowerment presents Mom Boss Talk Radio, a show that brings real life, real moms, and real experiences to empower mom bosses everywhere to be ambitious, highly driven, fierce, fabulous, and fearless. Mom Boss Talk Radio begins now.
Welcome, mom bosses all over the world. It's another amazing Thursday, and that means it's another great discussion with the mom bosses. I'm very ecstatic that you are joining. I am one of your hosts, Manetta, and Jerisha. She'll be joining us in future episodes. I thought, something we have not really talked about burnout lately. Like, the world is going nuts. Okay, it's going nuts. And it can really cause a lot of stress and a lot of confusion. And it can kind of put you in this weird spot, right? And I'm like, I'm burnt out. I'm burnt out. I'm burnt out. And I thought it'll be a great, idea to kind of hit the signs of burnout. I don't really think we really dove too deep into it. And maybe this will help you to identify certain things that are happening so that way you can kind of slow down. Okay. And a few things is like burnout is caused by not knowing when to say no and not knowing how to say no. Ooh, that is huge, right? Being in toxic environments or around toxic people, prioritizing others over yourself, people pleasing, superhero syndrome. I can do it all. That's me. I feel I can do it all. Unrealistic expectations, having little control over what you're doing, not being appreciated for what you do. And when I say I'm living all of those things at this current moment, I'm living those things. Okay. And I think I'm in a spot where I can identify it. But these are also the signs, physical signs that you're burnt out. Headaches or muscle tension, Sunday night blues before work, before you get up, before you even lay down, like you dread in the next day, like, oh my goodness, why couldn't I just get a couple more hours? You're dreading it, right? Trouble with sleep patterns. I'm currently going through that right now. My insomnia is crazy. It's so crazy. Feeling overwhelmed or cynical, frustrated and unfulfilled, irritability and losing your temper. Now, mamas, having babies, having kids, and then working on our, personal endeavors, our goals and things of that nature, trying to balance. Sometimes you just get just want to snap. And you know what I do when I'm in those state of minds? I walk away. I get in my car and I drive away. I'll be back. Okay, feeling depleted after work. Okay, a sense of apathy and over complaining. And if you're feeling any of these things, let's say this, it's okay to feel those things. It's okay to sit in those emotions, and it's okay to feel those things. But we don't want it to consume us. We don't want it to overpower our lives and just kind of take over everything. And it's always good to identify those factors, either, when you realize that you're overextending yourself and you're just saying no when you don't want to say, that you want to say no, but you are saying yes. And you don't want to say yes. That's a problem, because now you're not even accommodating your own boundaries. You're stepping over your own boundaries. That's a problem. And I'm in this, when I say I'm in this state of mind currently, I am. And I am okay with being transparent. I'm okay with realizing it and putting it out there, because hopefully it's, it can help somebody else who's in the same mind state, in the same situation, that may be drowning and need assistance. Okay. And for me, I feel like I know the causes of my burnout, and it basically, this list hits it. It hits it on the head. Okay, people pleasing. And I think too, I've come to a point in my life where I'm realizing these things. And even though I realize it and I can kind of stop myself, I kind of find myself easing back into those bad habits. And that is a situation where I'm trying to break that. It's a very, especially if you've been doing it for freaking forever, it's hard to break. But you have to be consistent, and you have to be persistent, and you have to keep pushing to make sure you break those toxic traits of yours, right? Prioritizing others. I I've come to a point where I am starting to prioritize myself, and I am learning to say no when I don't want to do anything. Like if I don't want to do it, I'm not going to do it. And and that should also apply to everybody in your life. Okay, but you also need to have conversations, like for instance for kids, you know, kids, teenagers, and things of that nature. There's certain things that you don't want to do. You just don't. And you do it to make sure they're happy. But at the same time, that's where communication comes in, because it's no point of one person being miserable in the dynamic, regardless if it's a child, your parent, your spouse, or whatever. And of course, some things can be compromised because you want to be able to do things that everybody else loves. But at the same time, if you know deep down in your heart that you are not going to enjoy it, there's some things you need to have a conversation about. Okay. Um, and compromise comes into play. For instance, my children, they love to play games. Okay. I don't like to play all the games. There's certain games I'm just not interested in. And if I'm not interested in it, I'm not going to give 100%. So, the compromise is we pick games that we all can enjoy, and that way I can still play with them and enjoy, bonding with them through something that they enjoy, but also not driving myself crazy doing something and playing something I don't want to play. Okay, so that's where the compromise comes in. But I'm definitely learning to put myself first and my needs first and the things that I enjoy first. Okay. Also, on this list is being in toxic environments and toxic people. I am still working on that. But it's hard, especially if you're in a spot or in a place where you're unable to leave. Then you have to find ways to kind of, ways around it. You have to find ways to kind of go into a certain space in your mind, or even just going somewhere else for a couple hours to get away or do other things to get away. So it's definitely very tough for that one. But I think I've done pretty well with vetting all the people that's not good for me. So yeah, that's definitely a plus. Also, not being appreciated for what you do. I I learned that everybody's not going to be appreciative of what you do. And for those who do appreciate you, definitely, keep that in mind. And the people that you wish would appreciate you, it's okay. It's definitely okay to, you know, not that not don't let that fester, okay, because they might not appreciate you. It's just wishful thinking at this point. But for the ones that do appreciate you, definitely take that and put that in your heart, and hold on to that. I think that's more important. Um, and also appreciate yourself. Appreciate the things that, like, put yourself on that pedestal. Definitely put yourself on that pedestal. You deserve it. You earned it. You work hard. Do that. Appreciate yourself. Take yourself out. Guess what? I'm learning to do that. I'm learning to take myself out, and enjoy myself. Take yourself out on dates. Take yourself on appreciation dates. Appreciate yourself. That's something that we have to learn how to do, is be able to sit in our own and love on our own and appreciate our own. And anything else that comes from the outside will be a bonus. It's like, that's what I think our mindset needs to kind of be, kind of start shifting to that. Um, Now the signs, the physical signs, baby. When I say my head, I be getting migraines. Okay. I be knowing I be pushing myself too much once my head starts a dancing. Okay. My head starts pounding and all of those things. And I'm like, okay, I need to go lay down. So there's physical signs that you're burnt out. And we need to take that seriously before it becomes catastrophic and turn into something that we don't want it to turn into. Okay. We don't need that. We want you here for a very long time. Okay. Um, and also like I mentioned before, the sleeping patterns definitely has been a issue for me. And I think I might have like I think I might have like restless leg syndrome or something. I don't know, because I cannot for the life of me get my body to my body and my brain are like so off. And it feels like my body is not it's not ready to rest. It's like it just wants to go. It's like I can't. I don't know. I'm working through things. Okay, I'm trying to figure out what is going on. Oh, and the feeling depleted from work? Okay. Now, mind you, I do a lot of things. Okay. I work full time. I have side hustles. I do all of the things. Okay. And I'm continuously building and continuously adding on. Um, which of course can be the cause of my burnout, but that's something I have to work on. Okay. But I I work full time, and a lot of times when I get off work, because it can be demanding mentally. Um, and once I get off of work, I'm so drained. Um, but my brain, I'm like, you have to keep going. You have to keep going, because now you have to work on the things for you. Because if I don't work on the things for me, then I'm never gonna reach my goals, right? So that's a real thing, and I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna balance it all. Definitely trying to balance it all and not be so depleted, which also kind of lands back into not sleeping, so that doesn't help at all. um let's see, also feeling overwhelmed, and that could be from, like I stated before, from working a regular job, or taking care and balancing your family's activities on top of the things that you're trying to do. Girl, it is a balancing act. Okay, I should be out on a corner juggling. That's how good I am. Yes, frustrating, but I should be making money doing all this juggling. Okay, let's see. Oh, and sometimes over complaining. Yes, we do it from time to time. Okay, we just like, oh my gosh, I can't deal with this. Like it just happens. But I'm like, if you catch yourself doing those things, it's like that's where you kind of need to kind of step away. And it's easier for others. I completely understand that everybody's situation is not permissible of that. Like you're unable to step away when you want to. Um, but I'm saying, like, if you have like 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes after you put the babies to bed, like if you want to take a bubble bath. Now, I'm not a bubble bath type of girl. I like me a steaming, hot, scorching, crab boil, hot water shower. I like one of those. Okay. I'm that type of woman. Okay. I love to get into a shower and it be super hot. And everybody's like, why is it so hot? Why are you? It feels great to me. Okay. It might be great. It might not be great on the skin, but shit, my skin is great. Okay. My skin is amazing. Okay. So, but for the most part, that's something that I enjoy doing for myself. Okay. I like to get my body scrubs and all the smell good, the aroma, the lavender, the mint, all of those things, and it feels great. It feels amazing. It feels great. And that's something that I enjoy doing, and I try to keep up with that. I know of one friend of mine. She gets her hair done faithfully, and she's like, this is something for me, and I'm going to do it for me. I don't care what else is going on. This is the time. This is my time. I know someone else who does, who likes to go get manicures and pedis and things of that nature. So it's just a matter of like, just, and you don't even have to spend money. Okay, it could just be if you have a balcony, just sitting out on the balcony, getting some fresh air, listening to an audio book in the car, or something that will be designated for you and you only. And I thoroughly enjoy the rain. Love when it rains and it storms and it thunders. Oh my goodness, I enjoy it. I absolutely love it. That is the most peaceful, calming thing that happens. Like when it rains and thunder, I sit on my porch and I just sit there. No phone, no laptop, no nothing. And I just sit there and I feel the breeze and I hear the sounds and I smell the wonderful smell of rain. It's therapeutic and I absolutely love it. So you just have to find those little things to dive into to kind of help your senses de-stress from everything that's going on. And you know, we all get burnt out. We all overextend. We all have, a lot of things going on. I just want you to be able to find an outlet, find something, a source to help you, de-stress and to get yourself in order. That's what we must do. So the practices that we need to do for burnout recovery, okay, unplug and disconnect. Okay, I know it's hard to do, especially with you running so many things in your life with either working and taking care of kids and all of the things. We have to sometimes, and not just when we're sleeping, but unplug and disconnect. Put your mind somewhere else. Prioritize fun. We need to prioritize fun. Okay, definitely rest. Drink plenty of water. Okay, a lot of fluids. Keep yourself hydrated. Get enough sleep. As easy as it sounds on this list, it's not as easy as it sounds. Okay. Let's see what else. Take inventory of where you're holding stress in your body. Ooh, getting a massage or something like that. Like where mine is usually in my shoulders. So I will be setting up an appointment to get a massage and a facial. Yes. Why not? Okay. And the most important, and we've discussed it, boundaries. Set boundaries. Okay. Say no. It's okay to say no. Let them be mad. Let them be mad. Okay. And if they're mad for you setting a boundary, then there's something that's a conversation you need to have about, okay, what is the problem of me setting a boundary and you feel like I need to cross it? And why are you trying to cross it, knowing that this is a boundary that I presented to you? Okay, we need to do that. Set boundaries. Because I know setting boundaries can definitely help you to de-stress and not hold so much tension in, because now you're that's one huge, thing off of your shoulders. Yes, you better set them boundaries. Let everybody know. Okay. And let especially with your family, set boundaries, kids, set boundaries, and also let them know the importance of setting boundaries, even for themselves. Okay. So I'm hoping that this helped you out. I hope that this conversation did some justice for you. Because for me, I know where I'm at in my life right now, and I am kind of burnt out. But I recognize it. I see it for what it is. And now what I have to do, I have to fix it. I have to find the solutions to de-stress. And I'm going to be doing that. Okay. I will be doing just that. So I hope that you got some great information out of this. I hope you are doing amazing. I hope that you're, if you are burnt out, that you can find a way to de-stress. Okay. Even if you got to get a glass of wine, go ahead, girl, do that. Go ahead and get that wine. Okay. Some wine time. Put on a movie for the kids. You go in your little corner. You do something for you while they watching a movie. Something, I don't know. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this this conversation. I'm very glad you tuned in. I'm very excited about what's to come and all of the things. We are mom bosses on a mission. Okay, we are on a mission to empower moms all over the world. Mom bosses, remember to be ambitious, highly driven, fierce, fabulous, and fearless. You are making moves. You got this.
Thank you for joining us on Mom Boss Talk Radio. Follow each of the Mom Bosses on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. If you love Mom Boss Radio, visit the website at www.envisionedbroadcasting.com. We'd love for you to subscribe, rate, and give a review on iTunes. Until next time.